We begin with Money Watch and how the health of the economy impacts your wallet. Now, it's a big issue on the campaign trail. New government details reveal 2023 ended stronger than analysts expected. The gross domestic product, which is a key that measures the economy's size, increased at an annual rate of just under 5% in the third quarter and 3.3% in the fourth. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger joins us right now with everything that you need to know. Good morning, Jill. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. I'm great, just like the economy did really well.
Okay.
I am basically reflecting the U.S. economy with this presence.
Well, let's talk about it.
But you're wearing black.
I had to go to a funeral after, honest to God. Honest to God, I swear.
Sorry.
We're not trying to bury the economy, but all of that does sound like good news. But what does it actually mean?
Well, you know, when you look at gross domestic product, it is a tally of all goods and services sold in the U.S. The first half was pretty meh, I would say. It's a real meh. Second half was great. This fourth quarter was fascinating to me because when we looked at the finish of the year, we thought, okay, consumers are probably going to pull back. That third quarter, that summer spend is going to come back to around 2% annualized.
Okay.
It came in at 3.3. The whole year, if I go back to what was the GDP at the end of 22, and I say, what was the GDP, the size of the economy, the end of 23, it grew by 3.1%. Gang, before the pandemic, we were only growing by 2.25% to 2.5% every year. So last year was an extraordinarily better than expected year. And I think this is kind of fabulous when you think about how much people were preparing for a recession all year long.
Right.
They were like girding, oh my God, and didn't happen. So
Well,
that's
people
wonderful.
keep saying that it's better than expected, the economy, but the CBS poll shows only 35% of people think the economy is good. It's starting to improve. We hear that. But how do you explain the disconnect? Because I think people
Such
can
a good
hear the
question,
numbers.
Gayle.
Well, they can hear the numbers that the economy is good, but if you're not feeling it in your own personal situation, it doesn't matter what we all sit here and say everything is great.
And when Tony does his man on the street, people keep bringing up the economy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I think what's fascinating is that when you ask people about this in the context of the political season, it's negative. But all of the recent surveys done about the economy from, say, the Conference Board or the University of Michigan does a consumer sentiment index. And when you look at this as asked from a different body, not connected to politics, confidence is improving. The Michigan Sentiment Index went up in December and January by the most for those 2 months cumulatively since 1991. And the real factor here is that as people are making more money and inflation rate is starting to drop, people are feeling better. And that is what's coming out in a lot of the economic data. But you're right. It's a real dislocation because you say, but you got to raise. But prices are still high. Prices are still high.
It's a disconnect for
It is a real disconnect, and I think it's difficult. But as you say, it's the person on the ground. It's my situation. So if you are struggling still, you've plowed through all of your pandemic savings, and you're in credit card debt, you feel lousy. If you own a home and you're invested in the stock market, 60% of Americans, according to Gallup, own some stocks, you're feeling good right now. And so that seems to me a real disconnect.
Are you expecting, this is a boring way to end, but an important one, interest rates to go up again, right? I mean, this is what...
This is not boring, Tony. Are you talking about, how could the Federal Reserve ever be boring?
Viewers at home understand
Okay,
where I'm coming
let me
from.
be clear. Interest rates, that is the thing that impacts every single one of us. The Fed's meeting next week. They're probably not going to do anything. Here's the good news. If you've saved some money, you are psyched. You are getting 4 and 5% on your savings accounts, in your money markets, and your short-term CDs. Fantastic. If you are a borrower, take a deep breath. Rates will drop later this year. But this time around, I don't think so.
All right, Jill Schlesinger, thank you very much, Jill. Appreciate it.